Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Armstrong with, yes, a surprisingly back-to-back Tuesday tip video. These videos are created for informational purposes only, and I hope that you do get something out of the videos that are posted. Please like, subscribe, and share. A special thank you to the psychological communities who use these videos. Again, thank you. I hope that everyone is doing well today. This may be relatively short, not your normal 10 to 12 minutes that it usually is. However, we've heard a lot of talk recently in the psychological community about making changes in one's life, wanting to better themselves, wanting to stop bad habits, wanting to also create good habits, which is a great desire to have, that you acknowledge that something is wrong. So I have created what I think would be a wonderful recipe for change, and the letters that we're going to use today is the letter A. So the 5 A's of changes. The 5 A's of changes. Now, the subject of this will be an attitude for change. An attitude for change. You must have a certain demeanor about you in order to change. All right? So we're going to get into all of that. So listen closely, and I hope that this can help someone in their journey of healing and recovery and of resilience. Okay, so the 5 A's of changes, of course I am reading from the good iPad here. The 5 A's of changes are these: awareness, acceptance, acknowledgement, action, and accountability. All right, we know that change can be difficult, okay, because we have been so wired from childhood to where we are now. Change can be very difficult, but it is very possible. And it is possible if we first become, number one, the first A, aware. The first step to changing is to become aware of what needs to be changed. Okay? If you have bad habits that you know are bad habits, bad eating habits, bad sleeping habits, any type of bad habit that you may have, you must be aware of it and then take the steps to change it. You need to be aware of the problem so that you can actually do something about it. Now, once you are aware of the problem, you need to accept that there is a problem. Now, that can be very difficult, the acceptance part, because our ego gets in our way. Okay, so if you you are a person of authority, and sometimes your method may not work for everyone, but your ego gets in the way. You don't want to accept that, hey, I have this outlandish ego. Then you won't accept the fact that, hey, it's your ego that's in the way that needs to change. Okay? So again, these are all interchangeable, and they are all linked together in a certain pattern that just helps you to become a self-agent of change. Okay? After acceptance, because acceptance is a necessary ingredient of change. After acceptance, there comes acknowledgement. Acknowledging that you have a problem and that you need to do something about it. Don't just sit on it. You can be aware of it, you can accept it, but then when you acknowledge it, that acknowledgement gives you the energy, gives you the motivation to say, hey, look, in order for me to change, in order for me to get out of this situation that I'm in, I got to do this, and I acknowledge it, and I accept it, and I'm aware of it. So therefore, I have to do it. Take the necessary steps. All right. This now understand this. Acknowledgement is so very important because it's a key step in taking responsibility, and a bonus, a word, accountability for your actions. I just did a segment on projection. So many of us project onto others instead of taking accountability and responsibility of our own actions so that we don't face them. Acknowledging is facing them and taking the responsibility of what needs to be changed. All right. And then the last one is action. Yes, action. Take action. You have awareness, you have acceptance, you have acknowledgement. Now there's action. Taking the necessary steps, making moves, making things happen, setting pride aside, and doing something about it. All right. And lastly, I'm going to add this one in there. Accountability. Yeah. And I'm going to wing this one. Accountability, folks. Accountability for your actions is really the 80% that you need. Okay? That's the 80% of psychological, emotional, mental, and spiritual change that you actually need is the accountability. If you are always putting it off on somebody else, it's this one's fault, it's that one's fault. And I'm not speaking of people who are traumatized. I'm speaking of those who know that they need to make a change and are looking for an excuse, a workaround in not making the change. Make the change. Become accountable for your own actions, for your own flaws, for your own decisions that you have made that have put you in the position that you're in. If you know you have bad money habits, change your money habits. You're aware of that. Put your iPad down, get off your computer, put your phone down, stop getting on certain sites where you can just easily purchase things. Don't do it. It takes a mental strength, an emotional strength in order to change. You have a list now. You have a list of 5, with a bonus one, of 5 very good aspects of where change can be made, as long as you are following the order, right? Awareness, acceptance, acknowledgement, action, accountability. If you do these things, I really do believe that you can make a change in your life for the better. It takes time. Don't feel as though you have to do everything right now, right here, right now. It takes time, folks, because you're reprogramming, you're reconstructing, you're restructuring, you're reframing your thought pattern. So much goes into changing for the better. But if you acknowledge that you need to have a change for the better, the acknowledgement will give you that motivation and push to give you the change. All right. So thank you all so very much today for listening in to Tuesday Tips. Again, like, subscribe, share. And a very, very special thank you to the APA and all of the divisions who use this video for their presentations, and those who use it in other aspects of psychological and emotional health. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do have a great day.